Wonderful morning to you out there. It's really great to have you on the Break It On Papers Review this wonderful Friday morning. I hope you're catching well. It's the month of February, and of course, this is February the 7th, and we're going to be looking at some of the national dailies here in Nigeria. My name is GBOLABO, famous call, and of course, we have the Cable, NG, the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, The Nation, The Guardian, and a host of other papers here for review. All right, we'll start off with the Cable this morning. Quite a number of headlines here on the Cable. And this says, Fire Me Tinubu means well for Nigerian, but good intentions are not enough. Man Director General to Federal Government privatization hasn't yielded results. Audit GENCO's, DISCO's, infrastructure investment. Federal Government considers 12 basic education model to scrap secondary schools. A more headline here out of the Cable this morning. Naira appreciates to 1,550 Naira per dollar at parallel market, strongest performance in 7 months. And we do have more headlines here on the Cable. NPA increases tariff by 15%, first in 32 years. Africa must dish foreign blueprints for homegrown solutions, says Shetima. Reps want life imprisonment for producers, importers of fake medicines. Federal government will revive abandoned Atlantic refinery project, says Lokpo Bire. Right groups asks IGP to release probe report on mysterious death of restaurant manager in Edo. LCCI asks custom to suspend 4% FOB levy, says it could stall shipment. All of that is some of the headlines there out of the Cable this morning. We'll take a quick one here at the Punch newspaper and also take some headlines out of the Punch this morning. All right, a quick one on the Punch newspaper. And while we wait for this to come up, still the Break It On Papers Review here on your Laughter Die 32 FM 94.9. We're also taking a review of some of the headlines there in Nigeria, and here right here on the front page of the Punch newspaper, ex-National Assembly members groups fought to reps 31 new state proposal. Lagos installs speed limit, monitors and imposes 50,000 naira fine. Obaigbena, DHL file appeal against favorable High Court ruling. Fresh price hike looms as NPA plans 15% tariff increase. More headline, Castina to purchase electric solar vehicles, build 20-story building in Lagos. Bandits kill 2 kidnap orders as police rescue 13 in Castina. Minister advocates 12-year basic education model. And more headlines here says fraud US to deport convicted Nigerian. Gunmen abduct Delta Poly students, demand 10 million naira ransom. Decomposing body of abducted Anambra lawmaker found on second Niger bridge. Lagos hotelier and police net for sodomizing teenager for 5,000 naira. Police foil 2 kidnap attempts, arrest 4 in Kwara. And still here on the Punch newspaper front page, Nigeria's GDP per capita shrinks to $835. IMF is coming up with that details. And we'll take some few more before going to another paper. PDP sinks deeper as chieftains' massive ego holds sway in former ruling party. All of that is some of the major headlines there out of the Punch newspaper. We also take a look at The Nation. Here on The Nation newspaper, there are also a couple of headlines out of the Nation newspaper this morning. All right, before we get into The Nation, let's take a look at the Vanguard. Here on the Vanguard front page, fallout of Trump's executive order in Nigeria programs, stoppage job losses, trail USAID funds freeze. Uproar as IGP PSC clash over retirement of police officers. Minister pushes for transition from 934 12-4 system of education. And more headlines says budget increase signals proactive approach to capital investment. Elumelu canvasses support for young African entrepreneurs. PwC launches Sustainability Academy. Port charges to go up 15% as NPA pushes for efficiency. Gunmen invade Lagos community, kill 2 injured scores. EFCC docks 9 more Chinese on alleged cybercrime security breach. APC stalwart, 4 others killed in fresh headers attack in Otukbo. And we also have more here. Ibeto orders get court not to file defense against ex-employee suit. And we have more headlines there out of the Vanguard. From the political side of the paper, Obasa absence as Lagos lawmakers led to loyalty support for Tinubu government. Ologbondiyan predicts fresh crisis for PDP over national chairmanship position. PDP crisis, disciplinary committee summons Anyanwu, Otom and 10 others. Immigrants should only get British citizenship after 15 years. Kemi Badenoch. And Anambra lawmaker Justice Azuka found dead on second Niger bridge. And more, Obasanjo's ADC Major General Jemitola slumps dies at IBB Golf Club. And this says suicide. US-based Nigerian doctor didn't pay my daughter's bride price. Father Van Lere is coming up with that. All of that are from the Vanguard newspaper. We quickly also take a look at the Nation before going on our first break this morning. Right here on the Nation newspaper front page, 32 proposals for new states before House of Representatives panel. PDP disciplinary committee summons Anyanwu or Trump. Federal government advocates shift in education system from 6334 to 12 to 4-year model, and AFFAN seeks collaboration with NSC for women support development. Hajj Lagos extends payment of fare to February 10. Zakat Foundation empowers 1,000. Obaseki left 682 billion naira debt, says report. Abduction for ransom drops by 16.3% in 2024, says Counter-Terrorism Center. Holy Soldier spreads gospel through music. All right, we're still here on the front page of the Nation this morning. PDP may face worse crisis over chairmanship position, says Ologbondiyan. Nwoko's defection victory for APC, says women leader. After Egbona's motion, reps order miners out of Cross River mining sites. Omo Agege APC's best for Delta in 2027, or Lemejeme is saying that. And we have this one. INEC, 15 political parties hail SGF Akume's leadership. All right, it's right about time to go on our first break. What about now? And when we do come back, we'll be having more headlines. Please do stay with us. We'll be right back.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9. Feel better about your life.
32 FM 94.9, the antidote to depression.
My children are athletes. From the moment they wake up, they keep playing and learning. So, when I pack the new Milo NS snacks into their lunchbox, I'm giving them a delicious snack with the goodness of malt, milk, cocoa, and crunchy Niger-grown maize containing calcium, iron, and fiber.
Milo NS Snacks, snack of future champions to help your kids refuel and keep winning all day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
Once upon a time, there reigned a female king in Oyo-Ile. This is her story. 𝐃𝐈𝐒, a Showmax original series coming February 14th. Subscribe for just 1,600 naira monthly at showmax.com.
Imagine a night of fun games, live band performances, comedy, romantic buffet dinner, karaoke to serenade your love, and a free night stay with your lover at a premium hotel on Valentine's.
32 FM and Galani Shoots presents the ultimate Valentine's experience, Lovers Night 2025. Date, Friday 14th February 2025. Time, doors open at 5 p.m. till Mama calls. Cost, 50,000 naira per couple. Venue, Galani Suits, Jericho, Ibadan. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Book your spot now and make this Valentine's Day one to cherish forever. Call Denny Care on 0814 761 4024. 4 or Sammy's on 0703 786 8205 for more inquiries. Lovers Night presents an opportunity to prove your love.
Look into my eyes, you will see.
In the kitchen game, there are players and then Agbabolas, MVP, Player of the Year, 10-0, no rival. Become an Agbabola with the new improved Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer, made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric to bring out your top game in the kitchen. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
Ẹ̀yin fans mi.
It's okay.
Ẹ lọ sórí gbogbo ìkànnì ìbánidọ́rẹ̀ẹ́ ní 32 FM 949 fẹ̀yìn ẹ̀
It's okay.
Hey, here's a question for you. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it the sunrise? The sound of your alarm? No, it's that dream, that drive, that unstoppable force inside you. And you know what fuels that drive? It's starting your day strong with the rich, creamy taste of Nescafe Original 3-in-1, carefully crafted from selected coffee beans. So, whatever your hustle, go from maybe or I can't to I can and I will. Nescafe Original 3-in-1. Start strong, finish strong.
Let me ask you a question. What holds you back when you wake up each morning? Is it the uncertainty of how the day will unfold? And as the day goes on, what makes your heart race? Is it the quiet fear that maybe you're not doing enough? And when it's evening, is it the longing for just a little more time? Whatever it is, remember, challenges don't define you, but how you rise to meet them. Staying connected to your dreams, that's how you break free from limits. Get unlimited data plus up to 6-hour battery backup to keep you connected without interruptions on Airtel 4G 5G Smart Connect. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to find out more. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Every day when my pikin them come back from school, I know they sabi them again. Hello, who na be? What's all this dirty uniform? Wey sweat cover with dirty socks wey been clean for morning. Ha! It don't change oh. Anyway, I understand because I know say school na serious work. For them to come home like this means say no be small energy don't come out from them body. So therefore, I make sure I dey give them nutritious Milo for breakfast every day.
Your pikin them need nourishing energy. Make you give them the new improved Milo for breakfast. It gets correct nutrients where they support energy release to help them use their day well. Milo, energy to go further.
In the cooking game, you need a winning game plan. I'm not just talking about your fresh ingredients, utensils, or cooking skills. I'm talking about your choice of seasoning. Your game plan is incomplete without Maggi chicken flavor. Made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric, it's the game changer. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM, 94.9, the antidote to depression.
All right, you're welcome back. It's still on to Break It On People's Review here. And of course, we do have Austin Edumo to do the analysis proper with us this morning. Austin, it's great to have you join us on the Break It On People's Review.
Thank you, GBOLABO. Good morning, and thank you for having me.
All right, Mr. Austin, we'll start off very quickly with Badenoch. It appears that she's speaking very tough and she's holding the case to whether that's if the conservative wins anyway. That I will make it harder for immigrants to get British citizenship. And she's talking about a 15-term benchmark for people applying. So many things will change if she's been given the opportunity to be the next PM here. But then if you look at her stance as an immigrant herself, who benefited from the processes of immigrating, leaving Nigeria to Britain, so to say, and she becoming a British citizen, maybe possibly by marriage. Now, for her to issue that kind of policy, given the fact that we also have foreign policies that be in contrast with what she's saying, especially for a country like Nigeria that shared very robust bilateral ties with Britain for a very long time. Now, what do we say of Badenoch's recent stance here?
Well, As far as I'm concerned, I think it's a matter of election and it's a matter of vote and what could appeal to the sensibility of the voters, especially the British citizen. Because if you look at it, it does not really make too much sense capping it to 15 years for 15 years for citizenship, especially coming from someone who is an immigrant. It is not even the fact that Kemi Badnoch is an immigrant, even herself. We have had other British prime minister before whose ancestral parents were immigrants, but we are talking about specifically a person herself is an immigrant. So, like I said sometimes ago on this platform, I believe so much that Kemi Badnoch won't vote. She is doing that to appeal to the majority of the British voters. Because issue of immigration is a major issue across the world today. Look at Donald Trump is the president today. It's almost like social unrest in the United States. Everybody has known that Trump is in power now. I told somebody 2 days ago, I said that is the way we are going to have it for the next 4 years. Because it's going to be turbulent from one controversy, from one policy crisis to the other. Even the policies that the president knows that cannot work, we want to use the executive for that to push it through. So let's see how far Kemi can go in the UK. And mind you, even if she wins the election and becomes the prime minister, she's not going to be in office forever. So it's a transitional and a seasonal thing. If that is what she's looking at, just to carry favor and build a political capital for herself, that might not also stand the test of time at the long run. But the whole situation is still unfolding. Let's see how it goes. I won't be surprised if at the end of the day, Kemi changes. But sincerely, I believe that she's saying some of these things and doing some of these things just to win election for the office of the British Prime Minister. So let's see how it goes.
All right, Mr. Austin, let's also look at this proposal before the National Assembly. Talking about the House of Representatives and specifics here. 32 proposals for new states before House of Reps panel. And now there is a proposal for 31 more states in Nigeria. Now we have about 31 states already. That's about almost 62 if that becomes a reality at the end of the day, meaning that we'll be having 62 governors. Now, is this reasonable? When we say we want to cut the cost of governance, then you also have a House of Rep playing to the gallery here. Is this something that we should joke about?
Yeah, for the records, we have 36 states already, plus the Federal Capital Territory, which is 37 by application, plus 31. That will be going to like 68. I think the members of the House of Rep, they are jobless. They are not busy. Because if you see people that deliberately decide to major in minor things and make themselves useful in things that are not too relevant, it means that they are not in tune with the current reality. How can you talk about 31 states, especially at this time? What are you trying to achieve? I even saw the reports. I think Kogi State will now have additional 3 states, where a state like Kwara State, nothing is done to all of that. What I believe we can do at this time is to address the fundamental that can also help us to stabilize the socioeconomic situation in the country. We have a region that is far ahead of other regions in terms of multiple states. So why not come in a way of justice to be able to balance things in the interim? If you talk about 5 more states, for example, The Northwest is having 7 states. If you even propose that, let all the geopolitical zone maintain the same number of states, which is 7, that is understandable and debatable. But trying to tell us that we need additional 30 states at this time, I think it is baseless, it is insensitive, it shows that they are not keen on national interests and they look like jobless people. That is my summation.
So are we going to see that states like Lagos or your state is so large? Because if you look at even the list, they are also proposing out of Lagos, Lagoon State, and Oyo we have Ibadan State, and so on, also Okun. And if you look at some of these states being proposed, in Lagos State is quite liberalized and very civilized. To an extent, you can't say a certain tribe is actually owning some part of Lagos, unlike where you have in Ekiti, for instance. You still have some people who have this tribal sentiment. We are from the down east of this particular state itself. Now, do we now say, as a matter of fact, that the country is too large for a governor, for instance, your state to govern the affairs of your state? We needed to split it.
Yes, we are not. I told you, I say it's debatable and contestable. If you say that you want to create states, to break some states into smaller units and also balance things both economically and politically, it is understandable. Is it because your state is too large and we want to break it into two that have made the members of the House of Reps to conceive the idea of additional 31 states, where some governors are crying that if certain policies are implemented, they will not be able to pay salary? How many states are even viable, even as we speak now? We saw a state in the Federal Republic of Nigeria that contributed less than 200 million to VAT per annum. So what are we talking about? So yes, there is need to break some states. We understand that. Like Niger State, for example, I think is the biggest state in the country by landmass. How many places will you break that to? But we are talking about the fundamental issue, the economy problem. If we create 31 states at this time, are they sustainable? Would they be viable? The ones that we have, how many of them can survive without federally collected allocation? What is the IGR of some of these states? That's the issue that we are talking about. So you are to make law, you must make law sensibly in such a way that it will address the socioeconomic problem of the country, of the people. So as far as I'm concerned, like I said before, it does not make any economic sense. And I think it's going to be like an exercise in futility. It just amounts to chasing of the shadows at the end of the day.
All right, Austin, still talking about policies of the government at all levels. Now, we are having in the educational sector, minister advocating for 12-year basic education model. Now, it appears that has been like a character or an habit for government at all times when they take over. You have instances of coming up with different policies. During the Buhari administration, same thing, Jonathan, same thing, Obasanjo, same thing. Must we have policies all the time? What about the existing ones? Can they capitalize on it, improve on it, make it much more better or fine-tune it rather than creating more problems? Do we need a 12-year basic education model right now in Nigeria?
There is what we call policy assessment. The 6334 was introduced in 1983, if I'm not mistaken. For the period of that review, has that actually sorted the problem of which it was created? I think it's 934 that we had before then. We scrapped that and brought 6334. Where are 6334 taking us to? That is what we should look at. It is not just about proposal. Of course, the 12-year basic education that is being advocated now is what is obtainable in some advanced countries. But we must look at the policy initiative. What are we going to achieve? The 6334, at what time did we miss it? Did they eventually fulfill purpose at some point? These are critical reviews that we need to put on the table. What is the state of our educational system in the country today? In terms of recruitment process of our instructors, training and retraining, infrastructure in the educational sector, viability and marketability of those that we produce. These are the fundamental issues. Those days, you see people that attend standard 6, they are even more brilliant, smarter than university graduates in Nigeria today. If you look at them from their handwriting, those who go to school in the 80s, in the 70s. So where did we get it wrong? If we come up with this 12-year basic education now, what are we going to achieve? At what point are we going to review it? So these are things I think the government can look at. It's not just enough to come and say, oh, we want to change it for one reason or the other. The one that we have changed, what have we achieved with it? What is the state of our educational system in the country today? In terms of school infrastructure, conducive learning environment, quality instructors, how many have we been able to achieve? So it is not just about policy direction. Once in a while, you appraise your policy. Once in a while, you look at the policies. Areas where they are not working, you bring in innovation and straighten things up. So for me, I don't know how they arrive at that. I think there was a National Council of Education or National Council of Teachers. So that was where that was where this proposal came up by the Minister of Education. The forum was attended by 36 Commissioner of Education across the Federation.
I understand.
So is this what we need at this time?
All right.
What happened to the current structure?
These are some of the rhetorics. We have to take this break, not a break here. We'll be back shortly afterwards. Please do stay with us.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
It's time. It's time to fortify your shield. Fortify it with the right decisions. Fortify it with the right investments. Fortify it with a dependable, trustworthy partner. Fortified for the sake of the future. Fortified with Stanbic IBTC rights issue of 2,944,772,083 ordinary shares of 50 kobo at 50 naira 50 kobo per share on the basis of 5 new ordinary shares
for every 22 ordinary shares held by 29th of October 2024.
The rights issue offer is open from 15th January 2025 and ends on 21st February 2025. To subscribe, please visit www.stanbicibtc.com or any Stanbic IBTC bank branch near you. It's time to fortify your shield.
It's tough out there, but you need to keep on moving. Here at Total Energies, we've been innovating for over 70 years to offer you quartz engine oil that protects your car and SUV engines, improve performance and increase fuel efficiency. There's a quartz for every engine type, thermal, hybrid and electric, bringing you outstanding efficiency and prolonged engine life, along with a reduction in polluting emissions with quartz lubricants formulated to protect emission control systems. Save on maintenance with quartz lubricants and keep your engines younger for longer. Experience Total Energies premium lubricants through the years.
In the kitchen game, there are players and then Agbabolas, MVP, Player of the Year, 10-0, no rival. Become an Agbabola with the new improved Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer, made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric to bring out your top game in the kitchen. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
Imagine a night of fun games, live band performances, comedy, romantic buffet dinner, karaoke to serenade your love, and a free night stay with your lover at a premium hotel on Valentine's.
32 FM and Galani Shoots presents the ultimate Valentine's experience, Lovers Night 2025. Date, Friday 14th February 2025. Time, doors open at 5 p.m. till Mama calls. Cost, 50,000 naira per couple. Venue, Galani Suits, Jericho, Ibadan. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Book your spot now and make this Valentine's Day one to cherish forever. Call Denny Care on 0814 761 4024 or Sammy's on 0703 786 8205 for more inquiries. Lovers Night presents an opportunity to prove your love.
Look into my eyes, you will see.
Oga teacher, abeg, wetin dey happen when my pikin dem come school? Why e be say dem go comot house very clean, when dem come back the difference no be here o.
Na because action no dey finish ma. All the book dem dey learn plus sports wey dem dey do dey burn energy. So that sweat stain, the uniform wey tear and dirty shoes show say your pikin dey very active.
Na wow!
Your pikin dem need nourishing energy make you give dem the new improved Milo for breakfast. E get correct nutrients wey dey support energy release to help dem use their day well well. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Let me ask you a question. What holds you back when you wake up each morning? Is it the uncertainty of how the day will unfold? And as the day goes on, what makes your heart race? Is it the quiet fear that maybe you're not doing enough? And when it's evening, is it the longing for just a little more time? Whatever it is, remember, challenges don't define you, but how you rise to meet them. Staying connected to your dreams, that's how you break free from limits. Get unlimited data plus up to 6-hour battery backup to keep you connected without interruptions on Airtel 4G 5G Smart Connect. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to find out more. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM, 94.9, the antidote to depression.
All right, you're welcome back. You're still on to Break It On People's Review here on 32 FM 94.9. And of course, Austin Idumu is still here with us to do the analysis, still doing the analysis proper. All right, Austin, before I start picking calls, abduction for ransom drops by 16.3% in 2024, says Counter-Terrorism Center. Now, one will want to ask, what is the yardstick for them to have come up with that statistics or report? Because recently, that was yesterday, we still learned of a senator or a lawmaker, his body found, decomposing body found on the second Niger bridge. Now, we've seen that reoccurring decima within the polity itself, and I don't think there's any day in the news that you don't have news of kidnapping. Did we see this report is right?
Yes, we cannot entirely fault the reports. Government has actually increased and sustained efforts in combating terrorism and also tackling insecurity. Irrespective of the way you look at it, there are still a couple of attacks, problems here and there, but there is increased momentum on the part of the military against insurgency and every form of insecurity in the country. It was unfortunate for the lawmaker whose decomposing body was found around the second Niger bridge. That lawmaker was adopted on Christmas Eve in Oka. So it's quite sad that that has to happen. There's no country in the world that there are not ample of insecurity here and there. Even in the US, there are mass shootings here and there. But then, in Nigeria today, government has increased efforts to actually reduce the level of insecurity. That's the truth of the matter. Even in the northern part of the country, a lot of people can go to their farms more than what it used to be. I think the situation is improving. That's on the general note.
All right. It's very about time to open the phone lines and also take your comments on our socials. Do remember we are live on Facebook. That's 32FM 949 with double E's in case you want to drop your comments there. And the numbers to call into the program this morning is 070-55,000 949 or 080-97,000 949. That's 070 or 08097794949. And for international audience, +23490622949. And we are live on Facebook. Comment, you can drop your comments there. That's 32FM 949 for here on Facebook. Quite a number of comments here on Facebook. I'll take this one from Okediron Babatunde. Says PDP is dead, a party that can solve an internal problem. How will it solve the Nigeria crisis? I think what he meant is that a party that cannot solve an internal crisis, how will it solve the Nigerian crisis? And that's a question mark. A party that has no respect for party constitution or internal democracy can never be trusted with power. All right. We also have Kafa Raputure Adewale says, good day, well done. If all Nigerian politicians could be thinking of that, they will be doing the right thing. The way these rulers are handling education, do they really desire a worthy and progressive successions? That's another question mark. It's high time these rulers learn from the past and do the needful. Nigerians are not enjoying anything under their rulership. Do remember that you can call +234 9062 949 if you have any issues getting through to the all the two numbers. That's 070 949 or 08097 You can also dial +234 9062 949. Still taking comments here on Facebook. We have this one. Toluwalashe Adetola says President Tinubu. All right, trying to see through these more comments popping in. We have this one. All right, let me just have it clicked on. I'll get back to Toluwalashe's comment here on Facebook. All right, it says President Tinubu's economic reform is only making the poor to be poorer and the rich to be richer because the effect of the present high cost of living is enormously affecting the masses. I'll take this one this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Austin. This is Benga Mario calling from Akpata.
Right.
God bless you, sir, Mr. Austin. Now, on the issue of the PDP, I think we are having PDP has not been able to put its house in order. And in all of this, Atiku has been very silent. Where is Atiku in all this? And the Wike is becoming much more stronger and stronger day by day. I want to ask Mr. Austin this question: which party is Wike in as we speak? Recollect, he was in Oyo State, I think 2-3 days ago, to see the governor of Oyo State, saying that they are coming to commiserate with the governor on the loss of his brother. Now, I want to tell you categorically that he didn't come to commiserate, but he's in the build-up for 2027. So Wike is neither here nor there. Mr. Austin, which party is Wike? And do you think what Wike is doing? Don't you think in my backstab, Mr. President, come 2027, because it's neither here nor there? And secondly, on the issue of creation of more states, just like what Mr. Austin has said, one of the disadvantages of creating more states is that it's going to create security issues, because our security personnel will not be able to cover the total 62 states that they are planning to create. Even we have 36 states now, and we see our security issues in most states. If we create some other more states, it's going to be a kind of issues in the architecture of the country. Thank you very much, and God bless you, Mr. Austin.
Thank you so much, Binga Maria. We have this one, Tolokwe Adeyemi, as well. She's saying, good morning. Creating additional 31 states is needless as far as I'm concerned, even coming at the wrong time when we are all complaining about the cost of governance. This cannot solve the problems on ground, but also worsen them. I think, what should be paramount now is how they will make our economy viable so that inflation can come to an end. All right, we have a Jetavo judge says the proposal for death penalty for some crimes is highly welcomed, but it must be holistic and inclusive. First and foremost, enact a law for death sentence for corruption of any financial misdemeanor of 10 million naira and above. All right, we'll take this one from Miriam Yetunde. Good morning. Finding a lasting solution to the petroleum sector's challenges will greatly elevate Nigerian suffering. Regrettably, instead of addressing our problems, the federal government seems to be exacerbating them. Can this really be some part of it are continued reality. All right, we take one more call before calling it a day on the Break It On People's Review. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is John 𝐂𝐈𝐒𝐿 calling from Abu.
All right.
Creating additional states is a misplaced priority. I don't think that's what we need now, like the analyst rightly said. They need to make sure that the state that we have on the ground, how viable they are. They need to make sure that they were very effective. So because when you talk about in terms of economic, not that we don't have what can make us make us to be very, but it's just that the system that they were using, is affecting the state, because by the time you allow the state to tap into the resources they have, we can see that they will be stable and the economy buoyant. So to me, let the House of Rep look into that one. We have been talking about restructuring. That's what they need to do. That let the state control their resources. That's what they need to do. And if they cannot do it, let them drop that issue of creating another additional problem.
All right.
Because that's the way I see it.
John, we have to go. John, thank you so much for your thoughts here. We have to leave the studios right about now. Boluwatife Ademijuwon is the last one we're taking here on Facebook. Good morning. Creating another state will not alleviate the problems of Nigeria that it currently faces, which is why I believe this is another misplaced priority. And on that note, we just have to go. We must say a big thank you to Austin Idumo for doing this with us this morning, and to all our callers and those who tried calling in and those who sent their messages on Facebook. We do appreciate, and that's the much we can take on the Break It On People's Review this morning. My name is GBOLABO, famous call. Bye for now. The Smart Kids Show is